What if you could eat your favorite foods, enjoy alcohol, and still get a better body week after week? And what if you could lose weight faster than you probably ever have in the past without having to do any exercise? If this sounds good to you, then you need to watch this case study. Hi, I'm Anthony DiClemente, and I'm a certified nutrition specialist, certified personal trainer, and health researcher from Chicago. You're about to learn strategies most people will never know about how to lose body fat fast while still enjoying your favorite cheat foods and alcohol every week. I'm also going to teach you secrets that force your body to lose weight, and you won't have to do any exercise to reap the benefits if you don't want to. These strategies are that effective. Of course, if you choose to work out, you'll only multiply your results. This is not one of those videos that promises you valuable information, but really just tries to sell you some product. Those suck. These are the very secrets I teach my clients to help them lose 25 pounds of body fat in 60 days without giving up their favorite food and alcohol and without having to work out. Here's how it works. I've got 9 killer tips to share with you today and 1 case study. I'm going to kick things off with the number 1 secret I teach my clients to help them lose 25 pounds of body fat in 60 days. Then I'll share a short story about who the heck I am and why you should listen to me anyway. And then, the grand finale, I'll share 8 more of my most powerful strategies and techniques for losing weight fast without having to give up your favorite foods, alcohol, or do any exercise. Sound good? Cool. Let's start with the number 1 secret I share with my clients to help them lose up to 25 pounds in just 2 short months. You may want to grab a pen and paper in case you want to pause the video and write some of this stuff down. Fat loss secret number 1. Make your first meal of the day high in protein and as low as possible in sugar and carbs. Ideally, you don't want any sugar or carbs with your first meal unless they come from non-starchy vegetables like spinach, kale, asparagus, or broccoli. This works because it will keep your blood sugar stable and prevent spiking the fat storage hormone insulin. When we eat sugar and carbs that spike insulin, fat burning stops and fat storage starts. An example of a great fat-burning first meal would be 3 to 6 whole, free-range organic eggs cooked in 1 tablespoon of coconut oil or 1 tablespoon of organic butter from grass-fed cows. When your eggs come from a healthy, free-range organic source, you can eat them 5 or 6 days a week without adversely impacting your cholesterol or body fat. The belief that saturated fat and cholesterol are bad for us, also known as the lipid hypothesis, has been proven false, as long as we choose foods that come from healthy, ideally organic animal sources. Now, in just a second, I'm going to share a story with you because it's probably similar to your own. And if you watch this entire video, I promise will not be up long. I will do more than just tell you a story. I'll also give you the solution I discovered and used to this very day. For a long time, I was sick, tired, and overweight. No matter how healthy I ate or how hard I worked out, I just couldn't get that lean, attractive physique that came so easily for the other guys. In college, I remember the first time I saw Jeff. The guy was ripped, but not ripped like those bulky bodybuilders you see in the magazines. Jeff was the type of guy you could tell was in shape, but you didn't realize just how in shape he was until he took his shirt off. People talk about 6-packs. Jeff had an 8-pack. Here's a picture of Jeff a few years after we graduated, but you can still see the kind of shape he's in. Well, Jeff and I became good friends. I really liked Jeff, but deep down, I was secretly jealous. I wanted a body like his, and I hated that those insane results that seemed to come so easily for him continued to escape me. And you know what I did? I blamed it all on my Greek and Italian genetics. I told myself some people were just born that way, and Jeff was obviously one of those people. At least that's what I kept saying in my head. But deep down, I knew I was lying to myself. I just didn't know what else to do. Don't get me wrong, I hadn't completely let myself go. I was still playing soccer, working out, and eating what I thought were healthy foods, but you'd never know it by looking at me. And while Jeff got in better shape year after year, I was working harder than ever and getting worse results. I felt helpless, like I was destined to struggle with my weight forever. Well, I ended up spending most of my college years and 20s carrying about 20 to 30 pounds of unwanted body fat. Here's a picture of me visiting my relatives in Italy. I'm the one on the right in the white dress shirt with the buttons that are hanging on for dear life, not to mention the worst haircut ever. Fortunately, that now seems like a lifetime ago. In the past few years, I've ran one of the largest nightlife marketing companies in Chicago, throwing 10 parties a week every single week. Here's a picture of me at MTV Spring Break in Las Vegas, living proof that you can stay in good shape while drinking gargantuan amounts of alcohol. I've trained and worked with clients all over the world as a certified nutrition specialist and personal trainer. I've had my entire life sidelined when I was diagnosed with a bad case of chronic Lyme disease. And I've rebuilt everything as I implemented a few strategies that allowed me to overcome Lyme disease, lose 15 pounds of fat, and gain 10 pounds of lean muscle. So why am I sharing some of this personal stuff with you? So you can understand why I've created this system and who I had in mind when I made it. I'm not a health nut, but I am a bit of a nerd. I love researching and experimenting with new cutting-edge methods to burn body fat and build a stronger, leaner body, while still enjoying my favorite foods and alcohol. And when I was real sick, I had to learn how to lose body weight quickly without doing any exercise because my body was just too weak. Here's what it's all about. In just a second, I'm going to share with you 8 more of my best tips and techniques for losing weight fast while still enjoying cheat foods and alcohol every week. And I'm going to tell you how to do it without doing any exercise. Of course, if you choose to work out, it will enhance your results. These are strategies you won't find anywhere else. However, they're just the tip of the iceberg compared to everything I've packed into the full Health Blueprint program. But I'm not here to give you some lame sales pitch with a bunch of hype or anything like that. If you like the information I share and you want more, I'll throw a button on this page you can click to snag your own copy of the program. And if you'd rather just get some free tips to accelerate your weight loss and improve your quality of life, well, that's cool too. Here's what makes this approach different. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. To challenge the status quo, I've created a rapid fat loss program for people who want to lose weight while still enjoying all their favorite foods and alcohol. Exercise is not necessary, but if you choose to work out, it will enhance your results. Lose weight fast, enjoy cheat foods and alcohol, exercise not required. That's what it's all about. I'm not trying to work with everyone who wants or needs to lose weight. I only want to work with you if you're ready to make this change now and don't want your diet to take over your life or make you miserable. We're doing this to improve your quality of life, not make it worse in the process. By implementing these simple strategies and easy techniques, my clients have consistently shed 20 to 50 plus pounds of unwanted body fat in a few short months. I mentioned how I was able to lose 15 pounds of body fat while gaining almost 10 pounds of lean muscle. Just recently, Bill Narowski dropped over 80 pounds and counting following the simple techniques I'm about to share with you. And Michael Cooper was able to lose over 50 pounds before his big wedding day. I'm sharing these case studies not to impress you, but to impress upon you that this stuff works. But in order for it to work, you must do 2 very important things. 1, you've got to make the pledge that you are going to make better choices starting right now and commit to reaching your ideal body weight. 2, you've got to take action. You've got to wake up and do the things that are going to move you from where you are now to where you want to be. Okay, I know you've been super eager for these other 8 tips and techniques, so I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. Now I'm going to share with you the 5 nutrition rules I teach my clients to lose 20 to 50 plus pounds of body fat in a few short months. These are the exact rules that worked when nothing else would, when it felt like I was destined to struggle with my weight forever. Rule number 1, avoid white foods and fruits. White foods include sugar, grains, flour, milk, and any foods containing these ingredients. So you want to specifically avoid breads, cereals, pastas, baked goods, and dairy. Rule number 2, have a complete protein with every meal and snack. Complete proteins contain all 9 essential amino acids. Good sources of complete proteins include grass-fed beef, organic free-range eggs, wild-caught seafood, and free-range poultry like chicken and turkey. Rule number 3, don't drink your calories or use artificial sweeteners. No soda, diet drinks, 0-calorie drinks, fruit juice, milk, or any other beverage that comes with calories or artificial sweeteners. Allowed drinks include water, black coffee, fresh brewed green tea, black tea, herbal tea, unsweetened almond milk, and unsweetened coconut milk. To sweeten something, use organic stevia powder or xylitol. Rule number 4. Get 2/3 of your daily food volume from vegetables, ideally green vegetables. This means 2/3 of every meal should be veggies. This could be a big salad or a hefty side of greens. Note, just be sure to avoid all dressings and sauces that contain sugar, canola oil, or high fructose corn syrup. Be sure to check your labels. A healthy dressing would be 1 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and 1 to 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with some seasoning. Rule number 5. Cheat once a week. You'll want to follow these 4 rules I suggested only 6 days a week. Then 1 day a week, you can eat healthy foods that are good for you but may also interfere with fat loss, like fruit. Focus on berries, raw nuts, squash, white potatoes, white rice, and sweet potatoes. If you also want to go crazy and have a big cheat meal, like pizza and ice cream on this day, then go for it. Here's how to build a lazy man's meal. Imagine a plate in front of you. Divide that plate into thirds. Make the first third of your plate a complete protein. Make the other 2/3 non-starchy vegetables. For a beginner's modification, for people who need a little bit more variety, you can also make half of your vegetable portion beans, just as long as they've been rinsed, soaked, and boiled for 20 minutes. Be sure to stay away from baked beans and other processed foods that contain sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and preservatives that you don't want to be putting in your body. The next strategy is part of the simple 16-hour detox in the Full Health Blueprint program. You may have also heard it referred to as intermittent fasting, or IF. What if I told you there was an easy way to naturally increase HGH, your body's primary fat-burning hormone, by an average of 1,300% for women and nearly 2,000% for men? And what if this simple practice could maximize your fat loss, build lean muscle, increase your energy and mental clarity, prevent disease, strengthen digestion, and improve your body's ability to remove toxins? Intermittent fasting means you consume your meals in a shorter time window each day, then fast, drinking only water, fresh brewed tea, or black coffee for the remaining 16 to 24 hours, depending on your chosen intermittent fasting protocol. With intermittent fasting, there's no need to decrease the amount of calories you're consuming. You simply reduce your feeding window so that those calories are consumed in a shorter time frame. This is why it's more of a lifestyle than a diet. Fasting also has a lot of validity from an evolutionary perspective. As humans, we come from a hunter-gatherer society. Hundreds of years ago, we didn't have ways to preserve our food, like refrigerators, the same way we do today. Most days were spent hunting, fishing, or gathering plants, nuts, seeds, and fungi. Then at night, the tribe would eat a feast that consisted of the foods they had secured that day. The food had to be eaten quickly or else it would spoil. Consequently, humans likely adapted by spending longer periods of time in a fasted state. Research done by cardiologists at Intermountain Medical Center Heart Institute has confirmed that intermittent fasting lowers cholesterol levels and also the risk for diabetes and coronary heart disease. Fasting has also been shown to increase human growth hormone, HGH, a metabolic protein in the body which works to build lean muscle and burn body fat. The study concluded that during 24-hour fasting periods, HGH increased by an average of 1,300% in women and nearly 2,000% in men. The easiest way to adopt an intermittent fasting lifestyle is to simply skip breakfast. Instead, you can have a lot of fresh water, black coffee, or fresh brewed tea. Just no calories or artificial sweeteners. Then make lunch your first meal of the day, high in protein with lots of veggies and some healthy fats. Don't eat so much that you feel tired or sluggish. This can occur if you include sugar or carbohydrates like bread with your lunch. Your dinner should be your largest meal of the day. If you really want to ramp up your fat loss, do your daily workout in a fasted state. Then wait 30 to 45 minutes and follow it up with your first meal of the day. Warning: It's important to note that individuals with insulin resistance, diabetes, or blood sugar issues should get those things resolved before beginning a fasting protocol. This can be done by following the full Health Blueprint program and taking the steps I recommend to naturally heal your body. Most days now, I will fast between 18 and 24 hours and consume all of my food in 1 or 2 meals. My feeding window typically varies between 1 and 6 hours. But you don't have to follow this more advanced approach to reap almost all the benefits. Okay, I feel like we've shared a lot of good stuff here today. Just enough time for one last quick tip. When you're going to be drinking alcohol, make sure you keep your meals that day high in lean protein with lots of veggies and some healthy fats. The body is relatively inefficient at converting these foods to body fat, even in the presence of alcohol and the blood sugar fluctuations that result. In terms of what to drink, stick with alcohols like vodka, gin, rye, scotch, bourbon, and dry wines like Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Noir, and Merlot. Avoid mixers that contain sugar or artificial sweeteners. A good mixer is soda water with the juice from half of a lemon or a lime. This also helps to blunt the blood sugar spike. Avoid beer. Drink a glass of water in between drinks to prevent dehydration, which will shut down fat loss. That's it. I hope you found some of this stuff helpful. If you've enjoyed the information I've shared with you and you'd like more, I've added a button below this video. Just click it, enter your info, and you'll get instant access to the full Health Blueprint system. Included in the full Health Blueprint program, lesson number 1, why we get fat. Lesson number 2, the psychology of slim. Lesson number 3, prepare for success. Lesson number 4, how to eat for fat loss. Lesson number 5, how to train to burn fat and build lean muscle. Lesson number 6, naturally heal your body. Lesson number 7, putting it all together. You'll also get the 7-day weight loss kickstart, the lazy man's way to six-pack abs, the simple 16-hour detox, the natural diet, the Health Blueprint's grocery guide, the weekend eraser workout, and a bunch of other stuff I'm too lazy to keep rambling about. Try my program 100% risk-free for 60 days. If you don't like it, you don't pay for it. If your gut tells you that the Health Blueprint program is a good fit for you, trust it. Your intuition is almost always right. Click the Add to Cart button below now, and let's get started. Thanks for taking the time to hang with me today. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Your friend, Anthony DiClemente.